Holy Junior Shuttle Coaster. We are live. Welcome to the Chain Dogs podcast. Talk about everything theme parks, roller coasters from all around the world. Yes, we are back. We've been away for, is it like 2 weeks we've been away for?
A while.
Yeah, a while. It's that time of the season, man. There's loads of Halloween events going on. You know, it's busy for me as well. I've got loads of stuff I'm doing. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We are joined by a special guest tonight. We have Jack from Thrilling Moments Photography. How you doing, Jack?
Not that special.
Wow. Wow. Welcome to the show.
Man speak.
Well, Mikhail's just berating me already. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. And well, yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you all for having me.
And you are officially the first American we have on the Chain Dogs. We thought it was going to be Drunk Riders, but they just keep.
Can I ask that question?
They need to suck it up.
Yes or no?
Yes, you can swear.
Yeah, you can swear.
Fuck you, Drunk Riders.
Suck it up, Drunk Riders. What you keep telling me to
take that, you bitches. I beat you.
Just snuck in there.
They're never gonna hear the end of this. They're never gonna hear the end of their intern beat them on this podcast. So.
We like it that people are fighting to get on. That's great.
When we eventually have them on, you better be in the chat.
Oh, you better be on the show.
Absolutely giving them shit.
Y'all better
pull
just
him on the show last minute.
Secretly slide me a link, and I'm just gonna pop in randomly.
Light
into them, and then
you're being told to pipe down in chat.
That's so funny.
Eric, you can fuck off.
It's getting spicy.
Love it.
Right, that's the rest of the show.
Yeah, that's it.
Literally,
we just berate the comments.
Eric's so great.
We've got a lot of stuff to cover today. And we're gonna have a chat with Jack as well. So shall we just get stuck into the news straight away? Should we just do it? Anyone?
Yeah,
go for it, yeah.
Everyone good with that? Cool.
Yeah.
So exciting news. It sounds stupid, but it is exciting, isn't it? Like Legoland is getting a dueling coaster. Potentially, I think is going to happen.
Nice.
So they submitted their plans for, what is it called now? It's like a permission of lawfulness or something like that, which means basically they have permission. It's like their land. They already have building permission. So they can do things on there. And it follows a similar route to their raft races, I think it's called, which is their like water slides that haven't been open for like so long now. So it seems like they can build there. It's just that they need to make sure that they're not breaking any rules. So this is like some of the plans. So it seems to, if you know where it's behind Duplo coaster is, and it kind of it starts off right at the top of the hill, which is basically where the mansion is. So if you've been there, you know that the offices is the big white mansion on top of the hill, pretty much out there windows it starts from. So it's going to come down. And,
ain't no construction workers going on the phone during that construction. Terry, get off your phone.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
So it's going to be
Vekoma, right?
No.
Wow, no.
It's going to be Zia. But looking at that track design in the blueprints, it looks like Zieira.
So there's two thoughts on this. It kind of, the way it looks like a Vekoma. It looks like their junior racing shuttle coaster thing.
Yeah, the shaping is very similar.
Yeah. So it looks like a Vekoma in terms of but the actual track itself looks like Sierra. And Legoland famously use them for like everything, like all the new dragon coasters they make and stuff is always by Sierra. Okay. So
I was wondering if it would be like the there's a dueling Vekoma Junior Boomerang somewhere. I can't even begin to remember the name, but I was wondering if it'd be the same layout as
Liseberg
as that one. No, it's not. It's not Liseberg.
I couldn't find anything that kind of like resembles this from Vekoma.
Wait, it's not Energylandia, is it?
Yeah. No. It's a park that's not really mentioned as much.
You on about Sierra? You on about Sierra?
Yeah.
Or Vekoma?
Vekoma.
Yeah,
There
Vekoma
is?
have got one at Wildlands Adventure. Yeah, that's
a
like
dueling junior boomerang.
yeah, Twistrid is the name of the.
That's the
coaster.
one. That's the one. Yeah. That's the one I was
Yeah.
thinking of.
So yeah, that's why a lot
Way
of
to
people
go,
thought
you,
it
Sean.
was.
Just pulled that out. There you go.
I'm just gonna say, Jumanji theme confirmed because that track layout looks like a Jumanji board. From
Oh,
top
not
down.
again.
No,
No.
it does.
Nah, I don't think it will.
I think my
It
tennis
looks
safe.
like a
That's
Jumanji
definitely
board.
not a B&M.
Yeah. No,
We're not doing that again.
Is this how low we've sunk? Is that an RMC confirmed? It's just Jumanji confirmed for
Could be.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
All
Just
the
saying,
dice.
it looks like a Jumanji board.
No, I would say it's going. It would be something that's a popular kind of Lego set for them if they're going to introduce
Probably,
a new kind of theme into a Legoland park. I don't think it'll be existing.
I think it might be like Mythica. How they did that.
like the. I don't know. I don't think they'll
It's
create a
separated
whole.
from
Or they
that
might.
era, isn't it?
They could build a universe off that though, and have it as part of the whole.
What you mean, like build like
family
a
of it.
second kind of Mythica, but like
Mythica 2
Mythica
on
universe.
rails. Yes.
Nah, I think they'll go for something very, very simple.
Mythica 2
I-
off the rails.
What's like
believe-
popular Lego sets? What are popular Lego-
Ninjago, Harry
No, we've got
Potter.
Ninjago. Well, I don't think
Um,
it'll be Harry Potter.
I'll just do
Lego
the Lego
City.
friends. Yeah.
Lego
Yeah,
Friends. Yeah,
We've
well,
got
it
a
makes
Lego
sense.
Friends
Dueling
area.
coaster. High five moment.
Best selling Lego sets.
Harry
They
Potter.
should
Should I
tell
make
you
a
what. Tell you
prediction?
what. They should give it a pre-show and like a pre-show video just so Chris Pratt can extend his lead on the amount of theme park rides including.
He's now included in
ahead of
Merlin theme
every
parks.
other actor that's ever lived.
It's not safe, Claire.
Mythica
than
2
you
Electric
realise, Claire.
Boogaloo.
It's Jurassic Park Lego edition. That's what it is.
I don't know.
What were you going to say, Sean? Your prediction?
I was looking at best selling Lego sets, but they're all like proper big Disney IPs.
Yeah, they're all like Disney,
yeah.
Harry Potter, or Star
Yeah.
Wars. Like, there's no way. That's why I think it could be Mythica. Like,
Could be
characters of it.
Minecraft. Minecraft has come up as a Lego set, pretty one. That would be an easy one to
Minecraft.
consider.
That'd be weird, but cool at the same time.
Yeah, imagine a Minecraft world. That'd be sick.
Yeah. That would be cool. Like, you could have like little interactive things where you like dig the blocks out. That'd be cool.
Yeah. That's like one of their best selling sets is
Mm.
Minecraft.
But it's because
So,
Minecraft is Lego, basically, isn't it? It's blocks.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Like,
So
why Lego Worlds never really
It's
took
what
off
that's
as a game.
That is true.
yeah,
I forgot
so
they
there we
even
go.
tried to do that.
Yeah, they tried to do it. They tried and failed.
Yeah. Shall we say hello to people in the chat? I forgot
We
to
should
that,
do.
didn't I?
Hello,
Yeah.
chat.
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat.
Everyone's
All right,
everyone's
all right,
like
next subject.
Get some
weird
questions in.
locations.
Hello,
Like-
Matt. Hello,
like-
Claire. Hello, Joe. Hello.
Got people in
Emma.
Orlando,
Mark.
Poland, and Zealand.
Hello, world.
Yeah,
Wherever we're doing,
we're broadcasting pretty much worldwide right now, guys.
We are.
We're kind
Okay.
of a big deal.
But yeah, so that is Legoland Windsor. To be fair, I'm really excited about this because they need high throughput rides at Legoland. Like that is what
heard
they're
that.
lacking.
1000%.
And the fact that they're building 2 coasters, that pretty short layouts, but that's a good thing for their target market because it just means they don't want like really like long rides, and then they can just like get through that queue like huge. I mean, you probably probably that 1,500 an hour maybe operated right. I don't know with two shuttle coasters.
Important question there from Top Full Says Mikhail watched the Daddy Wad.
Yeah, have you watched it yet?
I actually haven't.
Oh, fake enthusiast. Fake.
We need a tally in the chat how many times he says he hasn't watched
It's
it.
been
from
almost
this point.
2 months.
It has been
Yeah.
2 months.
I literally have.
But yeah,
Oh, dear.
It's bad. Like I haven't even thought about it since the last time we talked about it.
I'm telling John, mate. I'm telling.
I
John.
might put it in
I'm
our.
telling
I might put it in our Twitter chat every day until you watch it. Like, I'm link it.
What is wrong, man?
For fuck's sake,
anyway.
Mikhail.
You're not just letting like the podcast down. You're letting yourself down. To be honest, like,
You call yourself a foozie? How dare you?
Letting the community down.
Yeah. So, Jack, have you been to UK parks?
No, I have not.
No. So you've not been to Legoland Windsor.
No, I have not. UK is one of my untouched parts of the world. I need to get there.
Yeah. So what parks have you been to in Europe? Is there a lot? Is there a lot to go through?
It's not all of them, but it's a decent amount.
Yeah.
So this past summer I got to go
It's a good jump this summer.
Yeah. So I went to Linnenmaki, Groneland, Kolmarden, Liseberg, Fantasia Land, Wallaby Holland, Energylandia, and Legendia Land.
Yeah. Which is your favorite?
So, Fantasia Land.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
There's one correct answer. You better say it.
It's on
Hurry
the
up,
wall
Examiner.
behind me.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
Second favorite was
Wow.
probably Groneland because that park's just everything I want in like a park. It's, yeah, I love Groneland. Just
I'm not been there yet.
it is and how just insane it is. Honestly, that's the only word I can think.
Groneland, the one with Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
How
wanna-
was Monster?
The thing is, I want to do Groenland, and that's probably next on my next Europe trip I'm going to go on to. But every time I'm planning, I'm like, yeah, but I may as well do Kolmarden, and then it turns the trip into like a longer trip, and then I'm just like, rather than being like a cheap. Yeah,
I understand that problem because Wildfire is my favorite roller coaster. So it's like going to Sweden just means I have to. Yeah, out of I've ridden a lot of roller coasters, and Wildfire has that #1 spot pretty well locked away. I don't think there's anything.
Great.
Wow, I've not heard many people say that.
Not many people have done it, mate. That's what it's like a rare.
Do you like zoos? Do you like roller coasters? Well, we have both.
We have one.
Literally, I was like, this is heaven. No, I have
It's like Blackpool Zoo building an RMC.
I would go.
Yeah.
I've got 400 and I just got back from a trip, so I don't know. It's somewhere around 460 credits.
Jesus Christ. That's
and Wildfire can happily have that #1 spot by a hefty margin.
Oh, I'm looking forward to doing that now then. Oh yeah, have to.
It's one of those. It's like like how I feel about Velocicoaster, how I think Luke feels about Velocicoaster as well. It's just like you just have a coaster that speaks to you like more thoroughly than any other.
Yeah, when it tries to kill you.
Like, sure that too.
Yeah. That's I mean, I know it's been knocked off its top spot now, but that was Taron for me for like so long, and it still is. Like, it's still like kind of such a special coaster to me, Taron is, because it's not even about the coaster experience, even though it kind of is, because I think it's so good. But it's just everything around it. I mean, I'm not been back to do Rockberg. Obviously, you guys know that I'm not done the Rockberg yet, but I can't wait.
This will get me in some. This will get me in some hot water. So my #2 coaster is Fly.
Oh,
that's good.
Not wholesome with me because Fly is #1 for me. So
yeah, I think
I think everyone gets mad because they're like, you have like Voyage and X2 at like 4 and like 5, and then you have Fly at 2. What type of crack are you on? I'm like, the good kind.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it quite
re-rideable
a lot,
kind.
That is, we've talked about it quite a lot, but that is what Fantasia Land do so well. Is like they don't make necessarily the best coaster in the world technically on paper, but what they do around it like just creates that experience, I think. And that's what I thought about Taron for like so long, was just like, even though Velocicoaster is technically better, like from my point of view, from my experience, I had them both of them, they're very close, even though it's not technically better than the other.
It's funny like you say that about Fantasia Land though. Like, you look through their lineup, a lot of their coasters are either the best or one of the best of their kind.
Yeah.
Like, you look at Taron's one of the best instrument. Blitz is, Fly is the best flying coaster in my opinion. Colorado Adventure is the best mine train coaster. Talakan's the best.
I'll disagree on that one,
in my opinion.
I don't think
what on Colorado.
Yeah, no, Thunderation at Silver Dollar City has that spot firmly locked away.
Oh, listen. You don't need to talk to me about Thunder. I love Thunder. I'll say Thunderation is the best Arrow mine train coaster.
But what you're saying, McCall, is it is true that they do some of the best, but that's because of what they are doing. That's because the terrain they're going over. It's the near misses they create themselves. Like if you just build Fly in a car park, do you know what I mean? Like it's not going to be anything special. Like it just isn't. Yeah. Same with Taron. It's just going to be standard as hell, you know. So that's what they do is they create that. They make a good a really good coaster like even better, and then make it world class just by doing the theme and stuff around it. But God, we're gonna have another. God, why don't we just marry Fantasia Land? Do we ever have a show where it's
I'd have. I mean, can I please?
Yeah, please. The Fly theme tune jingle every time we mention Fantasia Land.
I literally. My ringtone on my phone is the Fly soundtrack. My alarm.
My brain is that because I'm going. My brain is that right now because of James. James came back from there not long ago, and we're all going back in December. We're staying at Charles.
Can I join? Hotel. Let me just book flight because I will just fly back to Germany to go to Fantasia Land.
Do it. Feel free. And it's going to be the first time I'm ever going. And I've just come back from Florida for the first time. So my theme park brain is rocking right now. So I can't wait to experience Fly and Taron and Talakan and Chapas. I'm really, really excited. Black Mamba as well. So many coasters there. So many rides. Fantasia Land. It's just where do you start? It really is.
It's just
I stayed at the Rookburg Hotel, so I started with Fly.
Yeah, that's probably where we will start. To be fair, we probably will be on that straight away.
Yeah, we're gonna go. When you guys going?
December a date. When are we going? When is it? Is it
we should be
14th?
7th. I think we should be in January.
We're they're actually at the park on the 8th and 9th.
Winter on.
So we'll just get on with the.
What was we talking about?
By the way, you got called out by Emma for calling it the Rockberg.
The Rockberg.
I said the Rockberg area, didn't I? I said the
Nemesis
area.
Sounds like the Rockberg.
Let's all go to the Rockberg.
Oh my god! I'm opening a pub called the Rockberg.
Called the Rockberg.
They didn't need to. Yeah, that is. If I ever own a pub, that's what it's going to be called.
See, we have like a WhatsApp chat between a lot of us, and if I ever mispronounce anything on this podcast, they change the group name to what I mispronounce. So they only watch
right now. It would say the Rockberg. Right now, it would say that. Yeah,
we'll say now.
Nice.
See, I understand that because being from Tennessee, my pronunciation of everything is wrong anywhere besides Tennessee, and so I will just call things, and I'm like, I don't fucking care if that's how it's pronounced or not.
Yeah.
How do you say different, Jack?
Different.
You don't. You put fucking M in the middle of it.
Different. Yeah, different.
Different.
There's an M in there.
That's different.
Accents, man, love them.
It's also pronounced Nikon.
Okay, straight up.
How do you say? Is it Nike or Nike?
Nike.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
there's an E on the end.
Yeah.
Do all our accents sound the same to you? Or well, no. Do they all sound? Can you tell the differences between all our accents, or do we all sound like?
I haven't been paying attention
to you.
You all sound like you're from that place that's over there.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yes, that
I'm from the Shire.
The island of Grey.
The floating island.
Emma says, do you call them pants or trousers?
Oh, chat.
Okay.
We'll be here all night.
Yeah.
Well, I was. I went off this weekend. I just got back from New England. I went up to Six Flags New England, and someone points at a shout out Brian, and someone points at a water fountain. It is a water fountain and calls it a bubbler, and I lost my shit on someone. I'm like, that's not a bubbler. That is a water fountain.
What did he do when he got to Vegas and he see the Bellagio? Is that like
big bubblers?
A big bubbler, the ultimate bubbler. A little bit of the bubbly.
The bubble bastard.
No. New England needs exiling. What do you mean a fucking bubbler? What the hell is that?
It sounds like something that should be on the Marmalizer of the Smiler. Like
it sounds like a drunk person trying to say bubbly, as in like champagne.
Yeah.
So, guys, water fountains aren't on the itinerary, so we're going to just swiftly move on to the next thing, right?
Our sincerest apologies.
I apologize for nothing.
I want to know what they're going to call the Epic Universe Fountain Show.
Busch Gardens Tampa is getting a streaming swing, Serengeti Flyer. What do we
Haven't
think?
they been getting this ride for like 3 years now?
Huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's bigger than a normal one.
It looks huge.
Yeah, it goes to 135 foot. Well, that's what they're saying you will reach, the heights you will reach.
Yeah.
And 68 miles per hour. And you know what? Universal tried to like do a whole kind of like
they tried to get at him.
they tried to throw some shade their way, and you know, which is really rare for Universal, is they lost out on that. Like everyone was just like, nah. These rides are fucking good. Like,
and the thing is, they're usually on point with like trolling other parks as well. But this was like a C- for effort.
I reckon the intern like just started it. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, oh, this is an easy win. You know?
It's easier when you've built an Intamin coaster like Velocicoaster. Like you can't just keep shading on other rides that are being made.
Sorry, they built a what? I thought it was a churro stand.
Oh yeah.
But it did make me laugh because people were just like, oh, what are you building next year? And it's like, well, we're kind of building a theme park like in a few years. So kind of get a pass, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I it's a good fit, you know, considering I was just at Busch.
Good solid flat ride
to
to have.
Thing to say, it was just
great flat ride anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
It's just a good flat
They're
ride.
Screaming
some
swings
of the
are great.
best flat rides. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like
They make you feel like you're doing a backflip without doing a backflip. It's so
what's the one at Thorpe? I always forget the one at
Rush.
Thorpe. What it's called. Rush. Yeah, Rush is like one of my favorite rides at Thorpe Park.
It swings 5
I
times.
was just about to say. I hope like it gets to a height of 135 feet at the top of its highest swing. I hope it has a cycle where it gets there more than once or twice.
Yeah,
it will. Imagine on quiet days it'll have some good ones.
Yeah, but it's good. I like it. It's what we just need to have. I know everyone says it, but in this country we really need more permanent flats.
Yeah. Just quickly though on that, Leesburg have one that's off a cliff, right?
Yes.
That would.
I want to ride it so bad.
It was
Have you been on that,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, it was awesome.
I can imagine.
My home park is Dollywood, so we have one that's built in like a little valley called Barnstorm.
Oh, right.
Barnstorm is cool.
It's awesome. I love that one. I did one this weekend at Lake Compounds, and theirs was just they're just good rides no matter where you put them.
Great.
I love the one at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Finnegan's Flyer. That like once you get over one side of the platform, you're basically looking straight down at this pond. Like just outside of the ride area.
The ultimate one to do though, and it's on my short list of places to go next year,
I know
is
exactly
Glenwood Caverns to do theirs, which is you swing
wow.
out and you're looking 1,300 feet down off the side of a mountain.
That looks
That's
insane.
on my
that'd be like doing the rides on the stratosphere, wouldn't it? That would be pretty mental. Imagine one of them on the strat. That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
Wow. Get rid of the drop tower and build that now. That would be epic.
So, what else we got? I'm sure we had something else. Oh no, that's gone. We're just going to talk about Dark Coaster, weren't we? I was going to say, talking of Busch.
Talking of Busch.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly mention. let's not put our prices up, but add a 5% charge to everything.
Oh yeah.
Just put your prices up like any other place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's even worse for us Brits when we go over there because like we already have to do mental maths to work
figure out what VAT is going to be.
You can't buy a ticket online unless you have a US residency address. Like you can't.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Buy one for SeaWorld unless you have a US residency address. Yeah. We was fortunate enough that the reception in our hotel didn't rip us off. They were like, "Oh yeah, we'll just let you use our address," and it was like,
"I'll charge a 5% surcharge for y'all to use my address."
Yeah,
correct answer.
Also, as well, if we're getting onto Busch Gardens, if you're gonna close for inclement weather. To be fair, it was for a hurricane. I'm not
yeah, it's a bit more than inclement
hurricane.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh.
It's not that. It's not that because they were entirely within their right to close for a Category 5 hurricane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just announce it. Maybe announce it a little earlier than the morning.
On the morning, yeah.
Right.
Jeez.
Was that? Yeah, but like seriously, you're like everyone's talking about a hurricane. You're like
theme park.
What today?
No. Let me explain.
It was already planned.
So the day before, we me and my friend Sam, we were at Universal. We got we saw the announcement that they were closing the Wednesday and the Thursday.
Yeah.
They announced that 2 days prior. So we thought, so we're good for Tuesday then.
Right.
We wake up the next morning, the website, their website still says Wednesday and Thursday. We get on the road to go down to the park. We get we see an update, an announcement that they were closing on that Tuesday. They announced it the day, like the morning of that Tuesday.
How far down I-4 had you made it?
Luckily, we hadn't got that far past Kissimmee, so it's not like
that bad. If you made it to Lakeland, that's when I would have been pissed.
That's what the fuck I'm saying. I want to make it abundantly clear. Of course, they're well within their right to close so they can prep.
Yeah.
So they can get everything as protected and safe as possible for a Category 5, a near Category 5 hurricane.
Yeah.
Just announce it.
And announce it. How are you going to announce a day 2 days prior that you're going to announce that you're going to close for 2 days?
Yeah.
And then wait until the day of, wait until 1 day later to announce that you're closing on that day. I'm not the only one that I'm sure we're not the only ones who were on the way to the park that morning.
Nah, definitely not.
It's not the closure. It's the bad communication.
I mean, to be honest, I thought that the Orlando parks now would have Florida parks right now would just have a big lever that when they did it, it would just fold up all the rides and they're hurricane proof. Like
Tottenham Hotspur's pitch.
I'm just imagining the entire park descending into a vault.
Imagine being in it.
Just hear like the.
I mean,
as the door
that does sound like a very Disney thing to happen.
Yeah, it does. To be fair.
Ground floor.
Where's Disney at on that weather dome again?
Just extend Tron's canopy. It's good for it. Just be fine.
I've been working on it long enough now. It probably does just expand out over the whole park.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's the real reason it's taken so long.
Did you get a refund, Mikhail?
I have a Seas Pass, so I didn't. So I didn't need to. I didn't need to buy it an individual ticket, a day ticket, or anything.
Yeah.
I just have a Seas Pass, which I used we then turned the car around and went to SeaWorld, so I got to use it there.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
So
Emma said she's living from Mikhail's compo face right now.
What does compo mean?
Loving.
Compo, like like compensation face.
Yeah, compensation.
You know, like when you see people. You know, like when you see people in like newspapers where it's just like they had like an accident and they're just like holding a piece of like broken pavement.
Yeah.
And they just do that face.
It fell on my head.
Fell on me.
Or I'll be in the solicitor's advert. Will I receive 100% of the compensation?
Yeah.
Call Luke Holsworth now. I can be your attorney.
So very distracted.
But speaking of accidents,
well, no. Shall we talk about?
John, come on.
I've got it very nicely lined up. Right, well, okay, we'll just touch on it. Are you going to talk about Icon Park?
No.
Okay, what are you talking about?
iPhones.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. I was going to say that's very insensitive to do a little. What do you call them? What do you call it when you do not a tangent? Segue.
Yeah.
Also, I'm fairly certain you did actually skip the iPhone bit.
I did. I've totally skipped it.
Why? It's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So iPhone.
So yeah,
obviously got new crash detection. Who has an iPhone here? Raise your hands.
I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, across the pond. iPhone.
Yeah, across the pond.
So, I get my 14 Pro on Friday.
There we go.
I'll be contributing to this problem.
Yeah. So the news is that iPhone have got this new crash detection. So obviously, if it detects a crash, it is automatically ringing the emergency services. But it's reported that roller coasters are
so
triggering them. So
yeah, I think it was.
I know someone who has triggered their crash detection on a 14 Pro already.
I know a few people
since it came out. One park, I think their local dispatch center had received
Kings Island, right?
Was it? Yeah, had received like 7 or 8 phone calls.
People just screaming
from people on rides.
Imagine that though, like you get like these emergency services are just hearing screaming. They're gonna be getting they're gonna be locating where you are. Getting people out, like
Chessington have actually got ahead of the game and put a sign up saying mobile phones prohibited on rides, especially iPhone 14.
Because that works. Because we know
they're tweeting that off of Android.
I see Mark's question in the chat. It was Goliath over Georgia. I know is one of the ones and caused mass panic because I did it on Fury 325. So it called both the Charlotte dispatch center and whatever the local county dispatch center in South Carolina was. So I had 2 911 people. Like I get off and I have like 5 missed calls from 911 on.
God.
How did you accidentally call them?
That's a pocket call, isn't it? That is.
If you there's
the emergency button.
Yeah, like if you quick grab it, it's just a zipper pocket on my So yeah, I've called 911 on Fury 325. That's a proud accomplishment.
Imagine what Grand National would do.
So our friend hiker from who she operates Ride to Happiness is saying that she is setting them all off all the time.
I'm gonna go. I want to go to Silver Dollar City and ride Time Traveler and see what that does.
So you got to think though, like
it's an experiment.
Grand National, like all the rides at Blackpool, pretty much.
I mean, what
Infusion?
Oh my god, Infusion would just destroy it.
You get off Grand National, you just look up in the sky, you see an air helicopter just hovering over.
You're right, mate. You're right.
Don't they just keep one of those there as a precaution anyway?
Air ambulance, even not an air helicopter. What?
Yeah, I was about to say air helicopter.
an air ambulance.
They do go in the air, so I mean, yeah. Rattlesnake,
contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, yeah, rattlesnake, definitely. Oh god.
What are Apple thinking though? Like, no one thought of this.
I mean,
thinking nobody goes to theme parks.
It's a good idea, but yeah, the theme park.
Yeah, no, but
you would
surely
maybe implement like a
roller coaster
is there a way you can
mode, right?
pause it while you're at a theme park or something?
Yeah, but how many people are going to do that?
their GPS technology is good enough. Couldn't they just be like, "Oh, you're at a theme park. Maybe we shouldn't call 911."
No, they're assuming you crashed in the car park.
Yeah.
The barrier didn't lift quick enough.
Oh God, I have a story about that. When I got a lift from someone home from uni, and she was approaching some barriers, went to stop, put her foot on the accelerator. Then went to emergency brake.
Yeah.
Onto the accelerator. The barrier just about lifted in time.
Oh, it was like Mr. Bean when that blue car comes flying out.
Did anyone see that article about that woman in Germany who mistook an elevator for a parking space inside and fell in a smart car, so a smart car fit through it and fell 30 foot down the shaft. It was insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if the iPhone 14 would be able to detect that crash.
It come on the radio when we yesterday, I think, and me and Joe were just like, "Did we hear that right? She mistook the elevator door for a parking."
Yeah, was it a glass elevator as well? Imagine.
Plunges smart car 35 foot down the lift shaft.
She survived. That's why I'm like, she's fine.
But how was the car? Like,
how was the iPhone?
The car is upside down and crap.
Yeah,
I'd love it if it was like a glass see-through like shaft as well, like into like a mall.
It's just
smart.
I was just like, how do you make that mistake? Like, at what point do you think, okay, I'm gonna stop reversing?
You want
to
see it? Have a look at our Twitter chat.
Yeah.
Oh, you got right. I want to. Yeah. I'm having a look at this. Oh my God! It's a serious accident.
Yeah, it's crazy that, because that's the first thing we were like, was she okay? And then when we found out she was okay, we were just like, okay, but how? How does that? She drove through that. She broke through the doors.
Oh,
like that's some terrible parking.
Wow. Okay.
Terrible parking.
Did the 13 drop with a smart car?
Can't park there, mate.
Can't park there, mate.
There's CCTV footage on TikTok.
Okay, let's not going down that rabbit hole.
Can you imagine the signage they have to put up on those elevator doors to mitigate like future like iterations of this accident happening?
This is not a parking spot.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh my!
So,
I'm like just looking at pictures. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's bad.
I thought Americans were dumb.
Oh. I mean, talking of cars, shall we talk about Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift?
Oh, segue! Oh, there we go. It's all about the family,
right there.
All about the family.
Yeah. So, Universal Hollywood are a lot of us have known about this rumor for a while about this Fast and Furious coaster, right?
Yeah.
I've heard about this a while back.
Yeah.
But like, it's been some artwork. Has it been leaked? Or is it like it wasn't officially?
It wasn't official. I think it was leaked. Yeah. I've heard people saying that it's apparently old artwork, so it might be just like early,
conceptual drawings,
conceptual ideas of what they would want it to look like and stuff. But
I'm just getting it up now. But it looks interesting. I mean, when you sent it to me in the chat, that was the first time I'd seen it. I was like, it looks a bit, it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't really know what to make of it. It looks a lot better than Fast and Furious Supercharged. I'll say that much.
Is that
oh God, yeah, the bar's low there. Though,
I was about to say that's not hard, but
literally anything.
That looks cool.
Yeah,
that looks cool.
Literally anything.
I can see the rest of the layout. But it's rumored to be rumored to be Intamin, heavily rumored, and something similar to Escape from Gringotts system with the controlled spinning aspect of it. So that's the drift part.
You're the first person I've heard say that. I've heard that it's supposed to be a more like, or it could be, again, all speculations and rumors and stuff. It could be just a scaled up. Well, not just, but like a scaled up version of the what's that? Movie Park Studios, the new Intamin, is it multi-dimension coaster? like at Movie Park Germany.
The what is it called now? Movie Park Germany.
I think it's called Movie Park Studios. Or
yes,
like
I know what you mean. Yeah,
yeah.
I remember. Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. No, I think
like just in the sense of like, because those cars rotate, right? Do they? Or am I?
I don't think they do. I can't. It goes backwards. I know that it goes, but does they spin to go backwards? I can't remember. It's so long ago that opened. I remember being really excited about it and then forgetting about it.
Yeah.
Well, like the audio
I'm actually
aspect
not sure
of that spike, though, you can imagine it like themed to the movie. Like you're in a high-speed chase or a race, and then all of a sudden you got to turn around, basically do a U-turn sort of thing. Swinging around up there on that spike, that looks fun. That looks like a fun coaster.
Could you imagine cool. Just like at the top if they were still
spinning around?
That would be so good.
Like, yeah, that would be mad.
That would be really good.
That is a high spike.
Really, they should have always done a coaster for Fast and Furious. Like, that was such a dumb idea. Like, not to do that. like it's a high speed, like full on, action.
You've got Intamin cars that are themed to cars. You've literally got that. But that looks fun. I hope we do get something like that in the future, like, because spinning around up there on that spike, that looks if that just continually goes for it.
A lot of people are like they're thinking that it might be on the same level of intensity and aggression as Velocicoaster. I personally I'll wait until we actually see the thing first before I decide that.
I mean, if you look at,
because there's been like rumors of it reaching around like 80 miles per hour and stuff.
That would make sense.
I don't know, man. I think like if you're doing a coaster that's like controlled spin, naturally them trains are like pretty chunky and like
that's
very aerodynamic.
Right? Yeah.
It's not. I can't see it reaching any kind of speeds.
Yeah,
but the bit where it goes
like
forwards, but the bit where it goes forwards, though, some of them transitions do look quite snappy.
Who knows though? Like as we always say whenever we talk about Intamin, like you
don't know.
Their
a lottery, right?
Their crack inventory is more extensive than any other manufacturer. Yeah. So you have no like. If a park has an idea, Intamin will have a go at it.
they'll go for it.
It might not work.
I'd like to.
It might not work for a good few years, but
I'd like something like that over here. I'd like something like that in a park over here, like a Drayton Manor or something. That'd be cool. Not Fast and Furious, obviously, but you could theme it to something else. Like it looks like a fun ride. It does.
Mate, just give me anything over here. I'll take it. You know what I mean?
Just not a shuttle coaster. Like just give us something. Something.
Yeah. Luke, did you ride Fast and Furious Supercharged when you went to?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, you missed out.
Yeah,
you missed out.
Apparently,
it is it's the worst dark ride I've ever done. Yeah. Purely because of the park that it's at. If it was at any other park, like it'd still be shit, but it'd be like you don't really have like that high expectations. It's utter shite.
It's crazy because
I'm gonna go on it when I go back. In 24, like
we queued up for Blumhouse at Halloween Horror Nights, and they used that queue, and it makes you realize like that queue is actually like pretty good, like in terms of
the queue's good.
The queue's so good, and it gets you gets you so hyped up, and then you get on there and you're like, what the fuck was that?
literally when you ride it, you'll literally just be like, how was this ever greenlit? Like for a Universal park, it's hilarious.
It's like, I mean, they had a weird phase of doing that. I mean, like even though Kong's nowhere near as bad, Kong's alright. It's good for what it is. But even that, I think the queue for Kong is like better than the ride.
Better than the ride. Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's so
I
was like. I remember the first time I did that, and I was like, "This looks fucking scary." And then it's Kong, But it's it's still decent.
Well, they do a good job of changing the park atmosphere around that ride as well.
Yeah,
like, it just changes instantly.
It just even though Kong isn't necessarily like an awful ride, I feel like that the whole queue and everything and the build, like the atmosphere they build up, deserves a better ride. But yeah.
Do you think they were just trying to jump on the hype train for the movie, like because it was the biggest box office hit for years,
100%,
and they're just putting the name on the front
and
it's
pretty safe.
Yeah, it's very safe.
Kong is
very
safe. There's always some kind of Kong coming out, isn't there? So it's always been relevant in some.
Godzilla versus King Kong would be a good ride because that was actually not a bad film. I actually quite liked that. It was not bad. Good film.
But anyway, so Genie Plus prices have gone up. I haven't really read too much into it because, like
busy
honestly,
days, it goes up.
It's like the most unsurprising thing in the world. That oh my god, Disney wants more money.
Disney wants money. What?
Literally, like there's no news to this. It's
they've
just
never
Disney
done that
has raised
before.
Prices again.
Yeah,
moving on.
Yeah,
basically.
That's literally it.
When I hosted my podcast, like Disney news came up, we would just say it and we're like, this is expected, and we moved on because like it's Disney and they just do what they want and they don't care.
They just do not care. I mean, they've openly admitted. I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy is the.
If Disney wants money, people are gonna pay it. Like
he said, he literally said in front of a camera, he was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna keep hiking prices up until people stop paying it," because that's their solution to overcrowding. Is like maybe not let so many people in. No, they're not going to do that. Like, well, we'll just raise the price and less people will come. So yeah, that is their strategy, and that's what they will keep doing until
they still haven't found the price where less people will come.
Yeah, they haven't. Like
still going.
It's crazy.
20 years later, still
absolutely
going.
Crazy. Like,
the year is 2040. And they take
the
year is 2040, and a day ticket to Magic Kingdom is going to cost $1,000.
I mean, someone posted on the because they have different tiered pricing systems, don't they? And I saw someone post about them trying to book one day, and it was $260 for like one day plus $30 parking. So that's like the It's just like
when we went, Sean, it was $100 per park because obviously it was July when I was there. Like,
was that per day? Yeah. See, that's so like mad. I mean, you can kind of expect like that's more like
that's why you pay £800 for a ticket for all the parks.
But that's what they want, though, isn't it? They want the 14 people getting the 14-day pass. Yeah. Because they know that in the long run that will make them more money because everyone like spending money on the park. Like when you want to go for one day, they're like, we don't actually want you just turning up for one day. That's not what we want.
Bugger off. We don't need you. Back in the queue. People were buying tickets though. I heard like families talking and Hollywood Studios like how much it's going to be. It was like $500. I was like, holy shit! Like that's like a third of my holiday. Like,
I mean,
like, can you imagine at Towers like family like £500 to get in? Like it's not the same, obviously, but
I mean.
I have been in queues when people have been like, "Oh, I can't believe that costs £300," because they paid gate prices for their entire family. I was like,
there'll always be people who pay gate gate prices.
Go on,
yeah, always.
Find a 2-for-1 ticket. They're on literally every bottle of Yazoo.
Because I was about to say,
fucking Yazoo.
They're on every bottle of Yazoo, every cereal box, every container of washing up liquid, hand soap, washing up liquid, fucking shampoo.
When we went to Hyde Park, obviously Merlin owned. For those of you who don't know, same by Merlin. We were just like, oh, obviously it's a Merlin Park. We'll just wait until we're there. Go to like a shopping place and find something with a toe, because we looked it up and we was like, yeah, you can get them 2-for-1s as well. But the night before we was going, we were looking around and it was like a bank holiday over there. It's like no.
You ended up paying game
me and Joe went to like the petrol stations and was like holding up every like bit of soap and stuff. I was like, oh my god, cereal.
Like guy just sat there like, what are they doing?
Like what?
Not down if you're not buying it. Like
just a stupid like Brit who can't speak any German, just like 2 for 1, Merlin. He's like, why is he talking to me about a wizard? Like, what's
what are you going about? What's this park?
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's it is what it is. Disney want your money and your soul,
and you'll give it them regardless.
Obey.
Obey
560 credits, and I still haven't been to Disney World.
You what? You've not? What's that again?
460 credits, and I still haven't been to Disney World.
Oh, okay.
You have to go once.
Because there ain't no credits.
Oh, I will. When Tron opens. So
yeah, Tron.
We got a couple of years still.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah,
you'll have all of Epic Universe to clear first before Tron.
Yes.
Well, the surf coaster definitely at SeaWorld. That's on its way up. Jeez, that is on its way up.
You'll have Airy Force 1 to get first.
That's such a weird name for a ride.
I'll have been to South Africa before I go to Disney World. Yeah,
exactly.
Ride Tron in Shanghai before you
go at this point.
Yeah. Has the surf coaster gone like vertical yet? Is it being constructed?
Oh yeah,
it has. Yeah, I've missed
the launch is on. I think the launch of the LSM is on there.
What? That's fucking like when I was there, like what, a month ago. There was like, it was just a building site. There was nothing there,
mate. When I was there, they didn't even put the walls up yet. They've not even put the walls up yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's got the launch. The launch has an airtime hill as well.
Yeah, it's got the bunny hop launch.
Fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. That on a B&M track is gonna be so smooth. It's gonna be nice.
B&M is like the Apple of roller coaster manufacturers. They wait until that someone else has done it, and then they just find a way to do it better than everyone else.
Yeah, they just do it more streamlined.
Basically,
just takes them like 20 years to do it.
Yeah,
we're getting it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. SeaWorld needs something. Like I was not that impressed with SeaWorld, if I'm honest.
No,
we've got good coasters, but the park just felt like when I went to Bush, I was like, this is like a completely different. Like, how are these owned by the same company? Because
can't wait to get that vibe.
SeaWorld has lost it. SeaWorld has definitely lost itself since Blackstone acquired them. Acquired SeaWorld Entertainment. Like the SeaWorld parks have definitely lost themselves more so than the Bush parks have. For sure, because like there are some parts of SeaWorld Orlando that still have that same atmosphere and like visual like impressiveness about them that they used to have when they were owned by when they were just before this era of Scott Ross and Hillpath and all of that. But yeah, like. Yeah, the SeaWorld parks are in a bad way.
When I went, the vibe that I got from the park was that it wasn't really proud of itself or its heritage. Like you got some mint rides there, you got some old classic rides there. It didn't feel like they were inviting you in to experience that. It felt like, oh, here's a park, go on that if you want. Yeah. Like that's what it felt like.
One of my friends who lives in Orlando works at SeaWorld. He's a supervisor at SeaWorld, and he just like he talks about like no one's proud of working there anymore.
Yeah, that's what I got literally from everyone.
Like so many of us are leaving, and like so many of them like leave to go to work at like parks that offer just a better employee experience, and the ones that are still there are just miserable at how they're treated and stuff. Like you can tell that Seas just like they're throwing the parks all of these like high like quality roller coasters and stuff. Like that's where they're throwing all their money at, but they're not investing in like the experience of their internal personnel and as well as guest experience as well. And like it shows in the type of service that their employees give and everything. And I could go on, but
yeah, I mean, it was just weird. It was just a weird vibe. Like it really was strange. It was a strange theme park. After being at Universal and Disney as well, it was like
I still enjoy it because of like Mako is still one of my favorite coasters. Kraken's good. Manta's awesome. I forgot how good Manta is.
Okay, we're gonna just glance over that Kraken is good comment because that's wrong. But
I mean, you like
Kraken's great. I like.
I was about
Kraken.
to say you're on an island by yourself there, bro. So
what don't you like about it? Quickly, what don't you like about it?
Headbanging, rattle, unoriginal layout, and like, yeah, I could go on.
I thought it was smooth. I must be.
I didn't. It didn't. It wasn't. It was just not that interesting to me, if I'm honest. Fucking like,
yeah, it doesn't.
It's kind of forgettable.
Yes. Yeah. Like when we have the idea of a good floorless to me is like Superman at Fiesta Texas. That is a good floorless coaster.
So what?
Good,
the best one of its model? Yeah, okay.
Now, Steve, that's my first floorless. So that's my first B&M floorless. Like the only other B&M sit down like that. I've been on his Dragon Con, so it felt better than Dragon Con.
All of the floorless coasters in the U.S. now.
Nice.
Yeah, and Kraken is not great. I don't like Kraken. Like, why ride Kraken when Mako is right there? Or better yet, why are you at SeaWorld when you could be at Universal?
When you could be at Universal.
Yeah. That's the question. That's the question.
Yeah, we did that whole park. Like we went, we did that whole park in half a day. Like,
did you see how short my vlog was?
Man,
like,
it was like there was no queues for
30
anything.
minutes. Yeah.
Dead. Yeah, I mean, I'm a SeaWorld like pass holder. I'm a Universal pass holder, and the last time I was in Orlando for an extended amount of time, I think I got one ride on Mako, and that's the only thing I rode at SeaWorld like the entire week I was in Orlando. And then I think I got something like 30 rides on Velocicoaster because I was like, why are we at SeaWorld when we could be at Universal?
I wish. In Universal, the only thing that I wish is, and it's not a bad thing, but it is a bad thing if you're only going there for a few weeks, is that Hagrid's didn't have a massive queue every minute of the day. Like it was.
It's got a single rider, hasn't it?
It wasn't open when I was there. It wasn't open when I was there. And then when I went on with Danielle for the first time, they were like, single rider opened when I was actually going on with Danielle for the first time. And single rider opened. It was the only time it opened the whole fucking 2 weeks we were there. And it was when I went on with the missus.
Because that is the great thing about Universal is a lot, you know, like if you want to do like Forbidden Journey, you do single rider.
Yeah.
We
queued about 45 to 50 minutes for it. Like
single rider.
No. Just normal standby for Hagrid's.
I'm going at the start of June next time, not in the middle, but near June.
Not in the middle of summer holidays. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Start of June, you're gonna beat most everyone's summer vacation over here.
Yeah.
We chose a pretty good week to go. Well, 2 weeks to go because it seemed to be like that. You know, a lot of the US schools had gone back, and then it was kind of the last week of summer holidays over here. So a lot of the British holiday makers had gone home. So it was just like even Magic Kingdom, like Jungle Cruise was on like 15 minutes, like all day. Like that's how quiet that park was. And I was there. I was there like the last time I went to Magic Kingdom, it was like hell because it was so busy. And we was like preparing for the worst, and it was like surprisingly good. It was like really good. That place is good when it's not got any queue, and it's not like if you've got space to walk, it's nice. You know,
you can just say it. It's good when there's no children there.
Yeah.
Pramleys. I call them Pramleys. Like so many Pramleys.
It's not even the kids. It's like the adults that annoyed the hell out of me.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like the adults with
like
matching Disney t-shirts.
But the thing is, you go into any shop outside of Disney and you see them exact t-shirts you've just seen on the park, like people wearing. Like this guy's like the King Mouse and stuff like that. It's like, oh my god! Like you literally got them last minute.
Best
my favorite thing is when the families get like the matching like family t-shirts for like the whole family,
legit.
And they're like, look at my family t-shirts, it's so original, and you can just tell they've made it on like Vistaprint because another family has the exact same shirt just in a different color.
Legit. Like
I made a post because like I was kind of joking because I'm like, if you want to wear matching t-shirts as a couple, that's absolutely fine. But it just made me laugh because when I was like in Orlando, I was like, there's two types of couples. There's
thing one,
thing two t-shirt couple, or there's the fucking Hellfire Club t-shirts, and I was like, that's the two couples you get there. And it got to the point where don't know if I said this on the podcast, but when we was at Halloween Horror Nights, this bar we was like waiting to get served, and this guy, every time he saw a couple in matching Hellfire t-shirts, would give them both a shot and be like, you've got to have a shot now because you're like the fifth couple I've seen in that t-shirt. He was like,
see, what I would have done in that situation is run out to the nearest store that I knew how to
grab a matching shirt.
when they are selling like $10 beers and $15 like fucking like rum. I wanted to do the same as well. But anyway, shall we? That's enough about Disney. So Icon Park, which is obviously in the same region, is officially basically tearing that shit down.
Am I the only person here that got to ride it?
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah. Yes,
you might be. Yeah.
It was an abandoned space in Orlando when I went. It was so eerie around.
Yeah, because it's like the lights are off.
The funny thing is, when I was there in November, like I actually could have ridden it, but I just chose not to go to Icon Park the Sunday night of Velocity. I could have ridden that, which is kind of nuts to me.
Yeah.
So I've got some stories about that drop tower. I was there a week before it happened. Riding it on St. Patrick's Day in the same seat.
What?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
We went, and it was incredible. I love that ride to death, and I'm very sad it's coming down, but it's also very unfortunate. And also, I mean, I'm not going to get into because I do know some of the people who like own that ride, and like, it's a situation, but it's really sad that it's coming down.
I have been told some things about it.
I
think we did Highlander, which is obviously the same type of model, and I really enjoyed that. And I was really looking forward to going out and doing it. And obviously, like, the accident happened, so I'm good about it. Yeah. It's sad all round, really. It's sad all round. It's, obviously
Icon Park though in itself is such a weird place.
It's weird.
It's really strange.
It's nice. Like it's nice place. But there's
like about it.
It's just there's just like dead spots around that place, isn't there? Like there's
random
like
kids carousel in the middle of in front of the entrance to the wheel, and obviously it's a Merlin-owned wheel, so it closes at 4 or whatever it closes at. Like, it's ridiculous. You go out, I was like going in to I'm gonna get a nice night ride on the wheel. Oh, it shuts at 8. Brilliant. Oh, great. Nah.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was just weird because like even their Star Flyer, it doesn't even feel like it's part of that place.
No, it's on its own little...
It's
on like an island in the middle of the road, isn't it? It's weird. Yeah. It is so strange. And then you go in and got all these shops and stuff, and then it's just a strange place. It really was. Really,
it's
there's
not
like
what
bouncy castles at the end, and like it wasn't what I thought it was going to be like, to be honest with you. But yeah, it is. Obviously, the accident was very, very sad and very tragic for everyone involved. Yeah. And we hope that the families, everybody involved, getting through what they can get through. But the ride, I mean, if it's coming down, it's got to come down, hasn't it? I mean,
it's weird. Like I'm surprised, but not surprised at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like I can understand why any park would like make that decision. I'm just kind of surprised that they actually went ahead and followed through with that decision. I don't know, like it.
I agree with Marcus. Just saying, I just saw that part, but yeah,
and you're both wrong as fuck. So
we'll get into that debate in a minute. I'm just saying
we'll get to that though. I respect it. I disagree, but I respect it. We'll get into it though.
We'll get into
why. We'll
respectfully disagree.
I don't like it. but I'll respect it.
Right.
Disney.
No, with the with the drop tower though, I've read like the reports and everything. The reason the accident happened could have been prevented. So there's my personal hope is that it gets taken down, put on a truck, and moved to some park that's going to actually run it properly, because it is too good of a ride to go to a trash can. But I will understand if a park does not want to buy it because of the news has had its fair share of fun with that ride now.
If that pops up in another park and it'd be like the X Orlando Icon Park ride, that's what it would say on any.
As a park, you're playing with fire with your own reputation, though.
So basically, I think Indiana Beach is going to buy it because Gene Staples is the only man.
Because he don't give a fuck. Because he's the only one who don't give a fuck about.
Oh, I really want to go to Indiana Beach.
It is such a bucket list place. Incredible.
It looks crazy. Some of the rides look crazy. It looks so good.
I just think I don't think it would put that many people off, to be honest. Because there's been plenty of rides where something has happened. I don't want to start naming places and coasters and stuff where something else like tragic has happened, and it hasn't. Like, it's obviously it's in the newspapers and it's in the news, but eventually it's kind of like, okay, that was a mistake. It could have it could have been stopped. We've learned from that. And you move on. So I don't know. I was unsurprised, but also surprised in a way. I don't know. I was kind of like, they can't. Surely that's not just going to get scrapped. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, because it's like it's also very insensitive to be like, I want to go on it. But it is what it is, and it's.
I will say you have every right to say you want to go on it because it was incredible, and it's unfortunate.
Some of the videos that I saw,
it does not detract from how good the ride was.
Yeah. Anyway, Catapult Falls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
This looks interesting.
You got some images.
I remember texting someone the day this got announced. I'm like, who manufactured this? And they're like, Intamin. I'm like, oh, so it's going to be broken 60% of the time. And that's all I have.
I mean, it's a cool concept. I
did it on Parkitect 3 years ago on a live stream. Yeah. And I put a loop on it as well. And I made it into a rapids as well.
So if you didn't know, if you haven't heard about this, then where have you been? But also, it's basically a brand new launch. Well, it's a launched Log Flume concept. Well, I say concept. It is a concept, but it's like it's going ahead.
It has been bought.
Yeah, it's going ahead. It's going to happen. Whether or not it's going to work, I think it's going to be one of them projects that's going to be like, when it opens, it's not really going to be open for a while. It's going to close and open.
Looking at how they were planning on doing the launch, it's going to be literally a conveyor belt.
It's literally like a conveyor belt, isn't it? Yeah.
But the way they have opened flumes with them conveyor systems on already.
Yeah.
So just they use them to reverse.
In my head, someone here is probably more smart than I am about this.
Yeah.
But like in my head, it's like, I do get the concept of it like zooming along and then like skimming across the water. But also, like, does that mean it has to be like kind of airborne for like a couple of seconds to then land on the water and skim? Because that just seems crazy. But how does it do? Because from what if you hit the water,
I think it's literally a conveyor belt. It goes into an airtime hill, and then comes down. So it goes straight onto a track, and then back into the water.
Yeah.
So back onto the track into the okay, that makes sense.
And then that's
is it going to grip? Is it going to be? Is it going
to? What you just said. It's effectively what you just said. It has to come off the conveyor belt.
It doesn't come off.
Land in the water.
The conveyor belt isn't underwater though. I think the conveyor belt
it's on top,
raised,
so
that you don't have a resistance from the water.
It's like when you're at Manchester Airport and they sling your bags into the back.
But it's not attached. So the it's not attached to any. It hasn't got upstart wheels. So it's just like being launched.
Yeah.
not being attached. It just sounds fucking mental in my head.
It sounds
that's what I was wondering is whether or not it would have upstart wheels to like keep it attached on the airtime hill.
How does Chiapas stay in the airtime hill? Because it'll be the same type of system as that.
I think doesn't it have like things?
So I think Chiapas
like running wheels.
Like running wheels. Again, Jack. Sorry.
Doesn't it have like things that? Yeah, Chiapas doesn't it have like wheels that shoot off into like a guide track?
Yeah.
I think it does.
As it launches, it would.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that some people use to try and make the argument that Chiapas and Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls count as creds as well.
Because it runs on a track in this very.
But the way has anyone seen an example of a conveyor like this type of launch is a conveyor belt above the water? Like how would that have? I don't know. How would it have upstart wheels? In looking at, I don't know. I know.
I think that concept is missing a bit of mechanism.
Yeah.
A bit of
a bit of the actual
that is actually over the top holding it in.
Because this is the airtime hill you're on about.
And that airtime hill is not going to be filled with water like that.
No, it's not. It can't. That defies gravity.
That is false advertising.
I literally that's just a visual representation of the artistic. There's been I'm pretty sure there was a video released as well, which was if not accurate to what the ride will actually look like in real life, it was just a little bit more accurate than this artistic sort of visual. So like there wasn't, I don't remember there being water in the trough on the airtime hill in the actual rendering, the actual animation video. But like
this is just like just to get across. But the thing is, I'm just really curious to how the system works. I mean, I'm sure I have it all sorted.
It comes along as it goes up onto the conveyor. It also aligns some wheels into a track that's at the side.
I would say, because you can see a gap between the conveyor and the rail that's on the side there. But I would also say we'll probably have the feeling of them water coasters that you go on at like Volcano Bay, where you get launched up the hills and then down them. Like you will get that feeling, but you're in a carriage. I would imagine.
But it's going to have. We all agree it's got to have upstart wheels to do like.
It must.
It's got to go through an airtime anyway. It has to.
Yeah.
We're also, this is SeaWorld. They probably just didn't feel like paying the VFX artist to add.
We're not throwing shade on them. They've done a good job. They've probably done what they asked for.
They're like it's
by using the twin motion post people as well. We've been
$400 upcharge for upstart wheels.
You want
you want to make it look real? It's got to look real.
yeah. But no, it's an interesting car. I'm really looking like everyone was like I think there was a lot of negativity around this when it was posted out. People were just like not getting it, and I was like,
it looks like it could be a lot of fun.
I'm like, this
is
it looks
so
good. Like I think because especially in this country, they are dying out. Log Flume are. They are literally dying out. Like water rides in general are kind of just like becoming non-existent. Even though they're so popular, it's just like for parks, they're just too expensive. I think they're just too expensive to one, install, and two, to run. Especially and the older ones I've I can understand why they don't want to take the risk on some of these older ones with like the safety of it and stuff. But it's just anytime there's a new type of water ride concept, I'm here for it, because if they keep developing it, it means it'll get like more affordable, and we might be able to have like our own version over here. But because I don't know why I spent like 2 hours looking at pictures and videos of the Flume the other day.
I just think it's
I was like why don't we have it?
I just think it's worth the investment on return guests as well. Like it further diversifies your ride lineup, and people generally just even in this country, like I say this country like I'm even in England, even in the UK, like people just love throwing on like waterproof gear and just going on water rides.
I mean, I have seen people going on tidal wave
Yeah, Blackpool,
tidal wave in the snow.
Blackpool Pleasure Beach every winter. We all queue up for Rugrats.
Exactly.
We did, but now we don't because it's not opening anymore. Remember at that time?
Yeah, that's true.
It's not opening anymore.
It now.
Yeah.
Since we made the news of what was it? Inside the Magic? Was it Inside the Magic?
Yeah,
the clickbait one.
Yeah. But I've just realised what Jack's going to ride Tron before it'll open before Valhalla. I've just realised that.
Oh yeah, true that.
Yeah,
thing is not opening anytime soon.
Amanda Thompson said at APA, she like Amanda said at yeah, but this is actually relevant news. I've not mentioned this. Amanda Thompson was asked the question, what was her biggest disappointment?
What is going on?
What was her biggest disappointment of her career? And she said, not getting Valhalla open for the summer. But she said, I'm going to do everything in my power to get it open by the end of the year. So we could actually be looking at a winter opening.
So I was about to say, so what, in November?
Literally,
yeah.
Last day of the season.
Could be.
It opens. And then
I can't
see Blackpool Pleasure Beach. They'll do it on the last day of fireworks at Towers, and no one will turn up.
I mean, trust me, I'll be flipping going. I'm gonna ride it in November.
Would you give up a fireworks day to go ride it?
No. Well, it's my job, so I can't. I don't even have a choice in that. I can't go. Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway,
maybe Valhalla has the new launch system. Oh, that's what they've been waiting for. Oh, there it is. That's the one. We're getting a launch Log Flume, everyone. Get that trending.
Yeah. I am a big fan of having like launched lifts on Log Flumes, even if it's not launched. That would be sick, just to get you right at the top as quick as possible. Anyway, Europa Park. Shall we talk about that?
What, the Gers?
Yes.
The Gerstlauer,
the
Gerstlauer.
For those people watching, the reason we said that was because in the notes, like Mikhail sent over to me, he said Europa Park Gerst details, and I was like, surely doesn't mean Gerstlauer.
For some reason, I was convinced that it was in fact a Gerstlauer roller coaster that Europa Park were opening for
small train
for whatever reason. I don't know why.
So this is about their Big Dipper model coaster that they are building. It's just basically right next to Euromere, if you know where Euromere is in the park, on that patch of land where the satellite was. And it's they've kind of delayed it because they've been having problems with certain parts getting delivered. Like most places, to be honest with you, they've really been struggling getting certain parts and stuff, and even just construction materials. Like, it's been really difficult for people. But they've actually released a whole series on VJoy about this, about the process of it. So if you go into VJoy, you can start. There's subtitles. Obviously, it's all in German, but you can put subtitles on to get the English. Has anyone watched that yet?
I've watched bits of the original.
Yeah. So I think it's about 5 episodes out about it, and it's them kind of just like explaining the process of building a coaster, which is really crazy because I've never seen this happen in real time. It's normally like way after the coaster's been constructed. They then will release behind the scenes, but they're doing it like as we're going along here. So yeah,
which is kind of cool to see that approach.
Yeah, it's called the Construction Document. The series is, and it's very like a very Imagineering style, but in their own way. But it seems like it's going to be themed to Tesla. It's going to have a Tesla style thing because like I only watched like a couple of episodes, but the whole thing's called it's got like the Ohms logo, and then like in episode 3 they're talking about Tesla and like his factory, and it's like just some of the imagery they've got is like very old school style, almost like steampunky, you know, like Tesla
industrial,
kind of like Fly. Like Fly, it feels like they're going down that route.
And like with the like the the ohm sort of like conductor. I don't know.
Yeah,
kind of tower kind of thing.
Yeah,
there's supposed to be a massive one of those above the station.
Yeah.
Or like as part of the coaster's vertical launch. Just somewhere in the ride layout.
By the way, when I say Tesla, I don't mean the cars. I don't mean Elon Musk.
I mean Elon Musk. Welcome to my ride.
I mean the
aliens don't exist.
Let me find, because there's an actual
Nikola
famous...
Tesla, not
just smoking the biggest joint you've ever seen. Just like
so.
Welcome to my ride.
So this building in the background. What they keep referencing, and I think this will be. Oh no! Hold on. Let me share my screen. I think this is. So it's called the Walden Cliff Tower on Long Island. So this kind of thing.
That's literally it. That is literally it. Yeah.
But the concept art that they were showing was the building looked like a lot bigger around, like it looked like multiple stories. Don't know if there's another version of it. But yeah, that's what I think is gonna. Well, yeah, that's what they're alluding to when they're showing like stuff. So it seems like this is gonna be. I mean, we know Europa Park are amazing when it comes to detail and theming. So it could be. It's nice. It's nice because it's been a while since they've actually constructed a coaster, and when I went there like a couple of weeks ago, like seeing what they did with Pirates in Batavia. I always get that wrong. Is it? What is it?
It's Batavia, yeah.
Batavia, yeah. Seeing what they did with that, it's like as good, if not better, than some of the Disney rides I've done with the animatronics and like the attention to detail. Like, everything is like insane. It's so good. So seeing them do that to a coaster now is going to be really interesting to see what they can actually do, because they've always been known as this like rip off Disney park, because that's how they started, just ripping off Disney rides.
Globe in the middle of the
Epcot Mall.
Epcot Mall.
But it seems like they're coming into their own. They're already a great manufacturer, I think. So
I kept wondering why this, like, the concept art looks so familiar, and now I realize I've driven past the actual Tesla thing a million times on my way to see my. I'm familiar.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it still seems to be there. The building,
it is.
Anyway.
It's a really cool building.
That's mad. You like drive past that, and we drive past like a Greg's, like
No, Blackpool Tower.
Blackpool Tower.
Oh. Well, you've got the really cool radar satellite array on the way up to you. I see it on the train if I go up towards Manchester sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean,
can't remember.
Oh, is that the that's what's
the observatory?
Is that where
let's be frank. The best.
There.
Thing you go past anywhere in the UK is the JCB Centre. That's
you're
that
fountain. That fountain is amazing.
You mean the bubbly, the bubble,
the bubbler is that's the correct term of usage.
So so that's everything I know about it. Does anyone else know about it? I know they announced like the crazy throughput of like, what was it?
I was gonna say, so my friend of mine, Christopher, who used to work at Europa Park, but is really clued in on basically everything Europa Park. But this project specifically, like they confirmed that there will be a dark ride section on it somewhere on it, and then like it's gonna have you will have seen on Arthur, Sean, like it has the rolling like the constantly moving station.
Yeah.
It's gonna have one like that just to aid with capacity, and then like the hourly throughput is 1,600 guests. So
wow,
like theoretically, it's supposed to work out to a dispatch every 36 seconds.
So do you remember when we was on the podcast and we was telling you about Lost Gravity at Wallaby Holland. When I went on that, crazy fucking dispatches they were doing on that. Like I've never seen anything like it. And then what's his name? What's his name again?
Kyle.
He was in your chat. Not Kyle.
What's he called?
This is so annoying. Normally it rolls off my tongue, but I can't remember his name. He's like in charge of marketing there, but he was saying it was something like
Scott.
Yeah. He was saying it was something like 45. They've got it down to like about 45 second dispatches before because it's just
that's insane.
It's because it's kind of similar with Lost Gravity in a way, because obviously you have an offloading platform and then an onloading platform, and it just seems to just be stacking up and just constantly moving. Like it's just and you get, so I can see how they're going to adapt that to have the kind of conveyor belt loading platform system thingy.
What's insane about that to me is that this is a ride that's going to have like 8 people per train, and it's going to have a theoretical capacity that's only like 100 people less an hour than a ride like Velocicoaster, because I think the theoretical for Velocicoaster is 1750 an hour.
Yeah, just mental.
And this little tiny thing is going to pump 1600 an hour.
How many block sections is it going to have? Like that's what I want to think. Like, it's got to have a few.
Well, with Lost Gravity, there's 8 seats to fill per train. This is going to have double that, because it's supposed to have 4 rows as opposed to 2 on the Big Dippers. On the previous Big Dippers. So I don't know the theoretical throughput of Lost Gravity, but the double amount of seats to fill on Voltron, what this ride is going to be called, apparently, is going to help with that. But that's still insane though. It's still only 60. It's still only 16 seats.
So this is saying capacity is 800 riders per hour, but I remember hearing from Scott saying that they've like run to its absolute max. They can get more out of it.
Yeah. So wasn't it a pro? Wasn't it like a first of its kind anyway?
Yeah, it's a prototype. It's probably sold to them as the model as 800 riders if you operate it to its max capacity.
Right.
Because it is a small little layout as well. It's not like a crazy long beast sort of thing.
Oh, Mark makes a very, very good point there. Like, so my question: how many block sections? The dark ride sections will have a lot of block sections. Sure. That's a great point.
And it's supposed to have a turntable before the second launch. So, like, the second launch in itself will add another block section, and then the turntable. Well, the turntable that it's apparently supposed to use before the second launch, like there'll be a lot of just wiggle room for the amount of trains that they'll be able to have in the course, like at any
That'll be cool though. That'd be cool coming out of a dark ride section onto a turntable onto a launch, like with the right story. That could be a really cool like sequence. Totally. Yeah, that could be awesome. I'm up for that.
It's going to be a very interesting ride for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I have for you.
That's it. That's it. So, what do you want to talk about?
Well, we have myself, who has recently come back from a trip I did
from hurricane season.
From hurricane season.
Sounds like an amazing park, by the way.
Hurricane season.
It's just slightly before Busch Gardens, and you turn around and then it's there.
Basically,
tell us about
you do a U-turn on I-4 on the way into the entrance. Yeah, so
I need to nip out for a sec. So.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm not being
rude. I mean,
rude.
You very much are being rude, but
we're back soon.
Love it.
No, this is stupid because I wanted to talk to him about Velocicoaster as well. But anyway, no.
I can talk about Velocicoaster all day long.
Yeah, we can go. We can go if you want.
I mean, even before that, like I'll go through just like the highlights of the trip, and one of them, before even getting down to Florida for Velocicoaster, was the fact that I got to get back to Carowinds for the first time since 2019, and I had straight up forgotten like how much I love that park. It's my second favorite Cedar Fair park, because I haven't gotten back to Knott's Berry Farm since 2011.
Okay, so, we're about to throw some hands.
I knew exactly what you were thinking as soon as I said that, but yeah, like
I'll give it top 5, but number 2, no.
Well, I also haven't been to Kings Island or Valley Fair before, so like it's my second favorite Cedar Fair park that I've been to, and yeah, I'll say what you're all thinking. A lot of it is because of Fury 325. Oh my god, that ride is that thing. So like a bit of background. I rode Fury 325 for the first time in 2018, and it was at a time when I wasn't I wasn't having the best time with just life in general at the time when I rode it, and getting to ride it for the first time and get night rides on it for that first time, like it was just it's that thing as fast as it is, as aggressive as it is in comparison to other B&M hypermodels.
Yeah,
it's such a joy. Like it's such a joy just to ride over and over again, and it's one of those rides that like it consistently gets better and better throughout. I mean, me and Jack were talking about this when we met up in Atlanta, but like it just consistently gets better and better throughout the day. Like anytime you're there, like you may ride it like in the morning, and it's awesome. It may not quite be firing as hard as like in the evening and during night rides, but in the morning it's still going great. And then you'll ride it in the afternoon, and you'll see the difference. Like you can already tell like by like around 4-5 p.m. ish that it's getting better and better. It's warming up significantly, and then you ride it at night, and it's like it was just one of the most joyous coaster experiences I'd ever had at the time, like if not the most joyous.
Let it all out.
Literally, like it's
great when you get them moments.
Complete joy.
Yeah.
Fast forward to this trip, yeah, for sure. Fast forward to this trip, I had forgotten how elite, how high quality of a ride experience it is.
Quickly though, how many coasters did you ride in between going back to that? Like, was it a lot? Was it like 100?
A lot.
200?
A fucking lot. Like,
in 20, so you've got the pinnacle of the B&M, like, coaster
so in
2018
is when I started counting coasters.
Okay.
And I reached 150 that April when I went to Fantasia Land for the first time.
Nice.
I didn't ride Fury until August of that year. So I was hovering around. Yeah. I was hovering around maybe like somewhere between like I want to say like 150 175 maybe. Yeah. Something like that. By the time and I went back there again in 2019 when I joined up a Carowinds and Dollywood trip as well in 2019. So I'd gotten to around about 200 by that year. This trip I just reached 330.
That's a big gap, isn't it? Going back
exactly.
After that is a big gap.
Yeah. In 2019 I added 60 like all in one trip. That's the biggest single trip jump I've made in terms of cred count.
Yeah.
So 2019 was a huge year for me, and yeah, like in between riding it in 2018 and 2019, and then again this year, I've added almost 200. Like
that's mad.
To my account.
And
I know people. Yeah, I know people who have added 200 plus in one season. But yeah, for me that was a big jump. That's what I'm saying. We're chatting with one of them now.
I started the year out like right at 300, and I'm knocking on 500 now.
Right,
yeah, you're like nearly a strata coaster. Wow. Like you're up there.
But yeah, man. The Fury 325 is undisputed. Like it's the best B&M. It's the best roller coaster B&M has ever made, without question. There's nothing that. There's nothing. Some coasters do a real good job of trying to come close, but nothing comes close to it.
What's the closest?
In my opinion,
what's the closest in your opinion?
It's my number 2 B&M.
What is my number 2 B&M? Hold on, I'll have a look.
So Fury's in my top 10, and then where's the next B&M? My next B&M is Goliath at Dover, Georgia.
Mine might. No. Well. Mine might be Shambhala, actually. Oh, no, it's not. It's Montu.
But in terms of the main closest site, then yeah.
In terms of hypers?
Yeah, hypers and gigas, yeah.
My next one is Shambhala.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I still have Shambhala ranked.
You have Shambhala over Goliath after last weekend?
I do. It is subject. Well, I haven't ridden it since 2016 though, so like there is the very evident possibility that I could get back to Portaventura in whatever year, ride Shambhala again, and be like, yeah, you
know, Shambhala has got better.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say.
I went on opening day. I went on opening day to Shambhala. That was insane, and there was no one there. It was amazing. It just rides. Rode every seat on opening day. And then went back and did it 2 years later, 3 years later, and then 5 years later. And the last time I went was 2017, I think it was, and it was on fire. Like it was so quick. It was so good. Yeah. So I can't wait to get back there and ride it. Hopefully next year or the year after.
Sean, you had mentioned it's gotten. Like it feels like it's getting more and more intense every year.
It's got. When I did it last year, like it just felt so different.
You did do it last year, didn't you? You did, yeah.
And it just felt like I've always liked it. You know what I mean? But it just felt even better.
Yeah,
especially the night rides we were getting on it. Not even the night rides though. When we first did it, me and Joe got off. I was like, I don't remember it being that intense. I just remember it being nice and floaty. And if that's what you like out of a hyper, then you love it. If not, you don't. But now I just feel like each year it's getting on. It's feeling more intense.
Do you know where I notice it most? On the pull out of the ampersand, so into the speed hill, and then after the mid course, like that whip off that turn. Yeah. That is mental. Like it doesn't even stop you on them brakes anymore. It just rides that camelback before it and slams you into it, throws you over.
I haven't done hardly any coasters in the US, so it's hard to even compare. At the minute, it's my favorite height. It's my favorite B&M I've done.
Yeah,
100%.
I love Mako. I just hate that track.
Mako's good, but it was also like compared to Shambhala, it's like pretty underwhelming. I think we talked about that.
It's a very different approach. Like Mako's airtime is stronger than Shambhala's, in my opinion, but Shambhala's is the purest floater airtime you will find on any.
It's so prolonged throughout the whole layout. It just lasts. It just doesn't let off. It really doesn't.
Like literally, like Mako's first airtime hill, how pronounced that airtime is and how sustained that is for a solid 5 to 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Just imagine that, but
just all the way up, all the way down.
The hill is bigger. Yes, it's not quite a strong airtime, but you are literally floating there for what feels like forever. And
it's so good. So what on Fury then? What stands out to you on Fury? Just going back to the point,
just in terms of the ride itself, like objectively speaking, it's a crazy sense of speed.
There's a
lot more whipping, and I mean it's kind of like it does 95 miles per hour. Of course it's sense of speed, but like crazy sense of speed. It's so well designed to accentuate whippiness in its elements and just an overall heightened sense of aggression in comparison to other B&M hyper models. And like I say that because it's obviously the same. It's the same model, just scaled up to above 300 feet. But it's so different from other hypers in that sense. Even I've not ridden Orion at Kings Island, but like it looks
nothing like Orion. Orion is like
exactly.
Orion is truly they just scaled up a hypercoaster. Yeah. Same with Leviathan, they just scaled up a hypercoaster. Fury is something completely different
in nature,
unique. Like has a lot of unique elements as well, isn't it? Like a triple clef and a dive underneath.
It has the same it has that same perfectly parabolic first drop where you feel like you're dropping down it for forever, forever. But then after, and it has like a very high sort of like turnaround element after that as well, which it whips through that as well. It's fucking fast.
They call it the barrel turn for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. And then after that, it just gets low to the ground.
Yeah,
like you can't say that about any other hyper. After the first two elements, it just gets low to the ground, focuses on speed and whippiness, laterals, changes of direction, tight turns, and then the fucking treble clef turnaround as well.
Yeah, that's something that I want to experience.
Oh my god, it's so good in the
far
front
left
row.
Side. You're just hanging up there.
There's
nothing up there.
Front left,
and you're just complete mercy of that coaster.
It's it's how it goes from. Because the climb up through it, like the curve up into it, is super strong positives.
And then it pulls up there.
And then
all of a sudden, you're weightless.
Looks like it's quite like.
And then just like that, like you're weightless. You're flying out of the left side of the car. Like it's laterals, it's weightlessness, and
then just as soon as you think you're done, you've reached weightlessness, you get yanked back down to earth. Like
it's so good. It's so good.
That description of that element is perfect. Like I've always wanted to hear someone like talk about it like that.
Yeah.
Like, and all of this is true. Like, while you still have the glass smooth B&M that we all love, like it is smooth and rideable and
stable. Yeah,
I've been riding Fury since 2017, and it has never dropped out of my top 10. I think the lowest it's ever made it is like 8, and every time I go ride it, it gets back up towards the top. Like every time I ride it, I'm like, this thing is still the shit, and there's nothing else like it.
Yeah,
I have it back over.
Like that.
This is a big deal for anyone who's heard me go on about how much I love Lightning Rod. Yeah, I have it ranked back over Lightning Rod now.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Like
the RMC hype has died down. The B&M
Lightning Rod's at my number 4. Maybe
we're not even gonna get into Lightning Rod with me.
We don't need to.
We don't have time for that.
We did a video 2 years ago, Mikhail, about our favorite coasters on What's My Opinion on my channel, and you like said how much you loved it, and like in 2 years' time, that's changed in 4. That's ridiculous. That is crazy. That is crazy.
But I think you got to take into consideration of like hearing about how much it's changed as well.
Oh yeah. I mean,
like it's to some degree a protective measure against myself, against my own possible disappointment. But I
hope that doesn't happen with Nemesis. Like,
I don't think it
Rod, it's changed a lot. I have a lot of experience with Lightning Rod.
I was going to say we're talking to. We don't need to set Mr. Lightning Rod off.
It's your local.
I rode Lightning Rod so Lightning Rod opened on May 23rd, 2016. That was the first day of soft opening. I was there May 25th, 2016. Got to ride it like day 3. I think I've clocked up like 400 something rides on it since then. I've ridden it in every single configuration it's ever run in. I got some opinions on that ride. 2016 Lightning Rod will forever be like my favorite roller coaster. Like that is truly like there's nothing has ever come close to the insanity of that. But like Lightning Rod as it exists now, different story.
Yeah.
Although it is back in your top 10 though, which I think is big considering the fallout that you had with it.
It is still a great ride, but see, like used to, I would say like it was number 1 up here, and then like my number 2 coaster was like way down there. Now, now it is just sitting there competing with everything else. Used to, there was no competition with that ride.
Yeah.
Sure. Do you think that's down to the rides? So is that down to the rides that have come out since then, or is that just the more rides you've got to go out and ride that haven't been out as like? So the rides came out after Lightning Rod. Have they replaced Lightning Rod, or is it the rides that were out before it that you've only just got out to get on?
Or is it because Lightning Rod just sucks now?
No, it's that. It's because how much of like the quality Lightning Rod has decreased. And like I've ridden, like I will say, I did ride Lightning Rod with my 20th credit. To give you an idea of the jump I have had from 2016 to now.
You've teleported. Like
but the rides that have come out since then, like they're good. They're up there, but like that just original Lightning Rod was just something entirely different, and how much they had to scale it back because of how basically, here's the thing. It's doing now what it was originally designed to do. It was doing about 150% what it was supposed to do back then. That's why it's so batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm not lying. I have one of my friends is one of the like high ups at Dollywood. And I know a bunch of people at RMC. And so they're out there one night during the first couple days. They finally got to start testing. And someone was like, go get one of the speed guns and let's go clock the thing and find out what it's doing. And so they go down, they stand at the base of the drop, and they speed gun it. And it hit 95 miles an hour. Now, keep in mind, this ride was designed to go 73 miles an hour.
Whoa.
Wow.
Fuck.
That's insane.
Wow. So how long did it close after that? How was it down for after that? Like, oops.
Well,
open RCT and go to the cog
the fastest I ever got to rode it. I do know the fastest I ever got to experience it going was 92 miles an hour. I rode it going that fast.
Shit.
That is why it was my number 1 and is still like spiritually my number 1 coaster. But yeah, now it goes 73 miles an hour the way it was designed, and everyone wonders why they had to retrack it and get half new trains and like all the new wheels because like
it's like the amount of money they were throwing away on wheels must have been flipping insane, man.
The video of Accelerator that I saw the other day where they did an over 100 mile an hour
it gets to 112
to test whether that launch would be feasible for Top Thrill. That is literally the reason they did it. They just went, well, we'll test it on Accelerator.
Yeah,
on a coaster half the size. Yeah. That's a good idea.
I got 400. It did it.
No, I was gonna ask just because I mean, obviously we've talked a lot about Lightning Rod, but like I was gonna ask what you thought about how, August 2019 Lightning Rod was in comparison to 2016 Lightning Rod, because August 2019 is when I rode it. And from everything that I've heard, and I mean, you kind of answered my question already because what 92 miles? Like we never spoke about that before. Like,
I'll drop that number for real. It's been long enough now. I can talk about the numbers. Hold on. August 2019. I got to go look at pictures from like
from all accounts that I've heard, that has been if 2016 was pinnacle Lightning Rod. August 2019 is like the next best like sort of time period that Lightning Rod has had, because it was running consistently. I got 10 rides on it in 2 days. It didn't go down more than once for me, like throughout 2 days, and it was fucking like obviously I don't have the 2016 experience to compare it to. So like when I rode it in 2019. it blew my. It was after I rode Fury. So like Fury was my number one at the time.
August are we talking?
Early August. It was around about the 8th or 9th, I think it was.
It's going to get the temperature and the humidity of that day now, isn't it?
I'm gonna bless your little. I'm gonna tell you how freaking lucky you are.
I'm aware.
There was a brief about 4-week window from middle of July to middle of August 2019, where they ran it at original speed. Where it was going in the 80s and 90s, and then it proceeded to break down for about 2 months. So that was about the one time. That was about the one time since 2017 where it has run close to the original speed was August 2019. I got 2 rides on it during that point in time. I was like, yes, this is as good as it has run.
Oh wow!
It opened, and then ever since then it has been downhill. So. Yes, I remember because I rode it with Chris. I remember, I was like literally, I'm over here looking through photos, like staring. I'm like, okay, what's because there's like subtle differences in each iteration. That like, again, I could give like a 5-hour class on that ride.
Do it.
It is. So, cool. Because we are kind of running out of time. Like there are a few other things that I want to recap from. Okay, so very quickly, yes, Velocicoaster was firing as hard as it was last November. It's still solidly my number one.
Yep.
If maybe even more so now than it was than when it became my number one in last year. That thing is incredible.
Can we just talk about the mine train? We got to talk about the mine train.
I was literally just about to. Let's fast forward 6 Flags Over Georgia because me and Jack have a story that needs telling from that day at 6 Flags Over Georgia.
Buckle up, boys, or should I say, don't.
Buckle up for us because we couldn't. Right? So
we're riding.
So Dahlonega Mine Train.
Dahlonega Mine Train.
Zero-click Dahlonega Mine Train.
Someone click this, please.
No, this was not 1 click. This was zero. Click.
This was 0 click. This is my. I just lied about Velocicoaster. 0-click Dahlonega is my new number 1 coaster.
So
I'm gonna get it on YouTube right now. I'm gonna look at it.
This is one of the oldest airline trains. This opened in 1967. Gives you an idea of how old this mine train is. And you all know the original arrows are like the whole car. Their restraint has to lock at the same position, or no one's locks.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Who was in front of us?
Weren't we at the front? Or was
you and I were in the second row? There was one person in front of us.
I think it was Keith that was in front of us.
It was Keith in front of us, and then Sloan was behind us.
Oh my.
Sloan. What's hilarious about that in itself, because of like how the restraint system works on these old arrows, so if anyone knows how big of a human being Sloan is, right? And then if anyone knows how small of a human being Matt from Coasters and Brews is, they were sat next to each other, and so Matt won't have felt like he was restrained at any point in time anyway.
So they ride, like we pull the restraint down, and the ride up comes and checks it and like pulls it, and it moves a little, but that's expected, like with an old ratchet and pin.
Right.
And we get dispatch from the station, and we're going around. I think we're going up the first lift hill, and I put my hands down on the restraint as one does. And, I'm just kind of like fiddling with it, pushing it back and forth. And I give it a push forward, and it just springs forward and locks in the open position.
Oh, my.
The only thing I can figure is that it was hung on Sloan's gut.
Yep.
And when they went
I'm convinced that was
gut
it.
Held it back.
I'm convinced that was it.
Spring open. And so I pushed it forward, and it locks open on the first lift hill. And once it's locked open, you can't pull it back. Like it is stuck open.
What?
And so were you holding on for dear life?
We then proceeded to ride the rest of the ride restraintless.
And the one thing about this ride, Now, it's a mine train. It doesn't do much, but you know how all of these old ass arrows have that one jank moment that tries to murder you? This arrow's one jank moment is for the front row as you're hitting the brake run, and it's a violent ass pop of airtime.
Yep.
And we're in the front car, and none of us have a restraint to hold us in. I'm not joking when I say I look behind me and Sloan was probably 2.5 feet off his seat, just because there was nothing holding him down except his hands on the bar in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Imagine it was the same for you as well. Like,
what was the op's face?
So we haven't even gotten to the funniest part of the story yet.
No, we haven't.
So we pull back into the waiting break just behind the station. So we're parked up on the waiting break. They're loading the train in front of us.
It used to be like an unload station. Yeah, like
yeah. So we're just parked there. All five. The restraint's still open. All 5 of us are sitting there. I don't know how it led up to Sloan doing what he did, but I think either one of us would have just like, we just get out of the train. Sloan and Keith both proceed to just get out of the train and walk out the station.
Now, the best part of this is, though, the ride ops don't notice or fucking care. It's like people just got out of a train that is supposed to be locked, and they say nothing. They do nothing. They don't even acknowledge that these 2 people just walk out.
Dear. Wow.
And then the ride op comes to the back to hit like the operator present button, and he like looks and he sees that the restraint's open, and he just like points at me, and I'm just like, don't look at me. It just did this halfway through the ride.
Oh my god.
Well, he looked at both of us, and I was just like yeah. I don't know how to explain what just happened, bro.
Well, how do you explain the empty seats?
He comes to the train then and locks the restraint on us, and we have to sit there and roll forward because he finally locked the restraint after we'd ridden the damn ride.
Oh my god.
Oh my! What did he say about the empty seats? though? Did they say anything about the empty seats? Nothing. Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
So you didn't. So 2 people could have potentially flown out of this ride.
Flown out. They're just somewhere. And this option.
No.
And it's just slow. There was like nothing. We probably could have gotten out and walked beside the train and gotten back in before we got back.
1,000% we could have. Yeah. You what? Of course we could. Of course we very much could have. Like,
I made the joke in hindsight. We all should have come back standing up just to see if you noticed.
That would have been fucking hell.
If you ever get that opportunity again,
that would have been amazing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And so we all get off the train like we. We're all out. Ask us how many cycles they send that train round with, and like ask us how many test cycles just to make sure that the train is all good.
I'm guessing none.
Loaded straight up.
Loaded straight away.
Straight up, load it, send it.
Loaded the fucker right back up. Send it with guessing.
I've just seen a POV of that ride, and it is jank. Like there is nothing, and that's a big drop as well into the tunnel. Like that's a big drop. Like.
Mm-hmm.
How was your heads not poking out of the tunnel?
Yeah. Like,
I will say, like,
I
feel like we all have that like bucket list items. Like, I would like to ride a roller coaster without a restraint. Check.
Completely.
Pretty much did it at Blackpool all my life growing up. Like, you know, the old woodies. Like, many lap bars then.
I've had no restraint, but very little restraint on stealth once.
Yeah.
Right.
You get
the old trick of pinning yourself,
your knees,
so you're up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Time that.
Yeah, that is nuts. I remember doing that as well once. I was like, I don't think I'll do that again.
I know a couple people who have ridden Jackrabbit at Kennywood, which famously only has a seatbelt and has murder airtime. I know some people who have just not ridden it with their seatbelt. They took it off on the lift hill and just held on to the bar and like pivot rotate over the bar during the airtime and then get slammed back down.
Jesus, that is mad.
Actually, no. I will tell you all later who I know did that for the first round. I'm not going to say it.
We're not condoning this behavior, by the way, guys, in the chat.
Don't do it. Don't
undo your seatbelt.
No.
If it happens to happen to you, and you're able to assess that, you haven't been, the level of danger you might be at is not very high. In the case of us, we're on a mine train. Like we said, it doesn't really do that much in the ways of forces. So we were able to laugh about it. Then by all means, have a laugh about it. But do not try and do this shit just for shits and giggles, because this is not kind of practice that you should be indulging in.
No.
Telling me not to do it makes me want to do it more. Yeah,
of course it fucking does.
James Free, behave.
Literally just said the same thing at the same time as well.
Just don't do it. But that is a mad story.
I know. I won't say names, but I know someone who takes pride in never having a restraint on Big One, and then continues to lean out of his seat on the turnaround. It's just insane.
We all know one of those.
Yeah.
That was an experience. It seems like any time that me and Jack meet up at a theme park, or me, Jack, and Sloan, something.
Is it always on an arrow?
Chaotic.
I feel like Jack has some sort of restraint key that he just jams in there.
I mean, okay, let's be honest. Arrow, we did not pop these restraints, but these arrow mine trains are very easy to do. Arrows are really easy to do. All you need to know is where the pedal is. But
that's true. Yeah, on the train.
Again, I do not condone restraint popping. I will don't do it. It's not good.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I think we should.
Don't do it. Sorry, I'm getting my bot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I also have to give one shout out. He said it in the chat. I told him we'd get to it. Marcus. And we said we'd get to, I don't agree, but I respect it. Those Batman rides. Six Flags Over Georgia's Batman the Ride invert was already my favorite Batman clone. The nighttime marathon that we had that evening. So how can I sum this up very quickly? It used to be in Batman the Ride Over Georgia used to be in the 70s for me in where I ranked it. It's now 24.
Wow.
It's my second favorite invert that I've ever done. I have it above Nemesis. I have it above Afterburn. I have it above Alpengeist. I do not have it above Montu for reasons.
It is my favorite invert that I've done, and I've ridden every US invert.
I completely respect it, because the way this thing was firing, oh my god. I don't even think you weren't even there for the marathon.
I've ridden it when it's done. But I was talking to some people. I'm like, okay, I've ridden it when it's going that fast, because a couple of years ago during Christmas, it was pulling. So a Batman clone is supposed to take 45 seconds from dropping off the chain to hitting the brake run. The fastest I've ever clocked it while I was riding it, it did it in 35 seconds.
These rides felt much closer to 35 than 45. That we were getting.
Difference. That's right.
It was incredible.
A 10-second difference on a 45-second ride. So, reducing the ride time by 30%.
Right.
Can you imagine if Inferno did that at Fort Park? How quick you would have to go around them inversions. That's mad.
I've just found something crazy. So, Q Local Southport have posted some pictures from a presentation that Southport Pleasureland has done tonight.
Yeah.
And this is just the most hilarious thing I've ever seen, right?
Oh, okay. This sounds good.
So the company who's the sister company, that is their logo. They're based in Southport, for starters.
What the fuck?
So
hang on a minute.
Kind of familiar, right? Yeah. Universal Attractions is the company who owns it. But then their proposed new rebrand.
What the fuck are you doing?
Wow.
Port of Adventure at Southport.
Dan, mate,
Wow.
Dan,
I feel like
Dan is Lucy.
Has that been green screened, or is that legit?
Wow.
That can't be real.
So this is straight from Q Local.
Oh my god.
It's real.
I can't find the other one, but yeah, that was the first post I saw was like that one.
Right, someone needs to tag Universal in that. Like, it has to happen.
I'd be surprised if someone hasn't already.
That's
what are you playing at?
wow.
No one's tagged Universal.
That's
like
incredible.
I loved. So I just clicked on the article from Q Local.
Yeah.
This rebranding will also avoid a lot of confusion with people of the current name and Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So let's just rip off another park instead.
Exactly.
No one's been there who goes to South Portland. Let's just do that. That's what they're thinking. That is so bad. Guys.
When you want a Universal from
I don't know what to say to that.
I just know your market. That's what I'm going to say to it.
When you order Universal.
Know your market.
Joe said when you order
Speak
Universal
to some
from
people
Wish.
in the industry and start isolating yourself and ripping off Universal.
Yeah, so that is legit. Like, look at it. It's right there.
Click that link. Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
man.
Horrific, mate.
That is
what
horrific.
are you on about?
Oh, and they're building what they're building, the Thunder, whatever it's called, one that's at Coney Island.
Yeah.
And that's going to be their main attraction at Universal Attractions and Port.
I love it. It's so funny. Like,
oh my god.
We have Universal at home.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It was just like
not a dinosaur in sight. Like
the port of entry thing was the first thing I saw, but when I saw his actual company's logo, Universal Attractions, I was like, this guy's gone to Universal for like 2 weeks and gone, I'll have this.
This is a good model. I'm going to use this model.
Oh god!
What are they doing? Like,
when we joked about Luke going to Universal for the first time and not liking UK parks anymore.
I don't think. Did I manifest that then? Did I make that happen?
Yeah, you spoke that into existence. Like this is
my bad. Sorry, guys.
Oh my god.
And on that bombshell.
Yeah, I think
that's something good to end on.
Yeah.
So
Universal Attractions coming at you soon.
Oh my god.
London Resort, watch out. Like
thank you so much for watching tonight's episode. It's good to be back.
Oh my god.
We should be back next week. Should be
50.
Yeah,
Number
50th episode next week. I think I'm back because I'm coming back. I get back from Ireland on Wednesday, so I should be back for the evening. So
cool.
You'll be back in time.
Yeah, hopefully, I'll be back in time. But either or, there'll be an episode next week. So thank you so much, Jack. Yeah, thanks so much, Jack, for coming on. Yeah, you're welcome back anytime you want, mate.
My boy.
Thank you all for having me.
Yeah.
Y'all are a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to be the first American on the show again. Just like a big,
you did it.
Double salute to all of my friends who wanted to beat me.
Get a tweet out. Get the word out.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna happen. Yeah, we're gonna get. Yeah, I'm gonna just yell at all of my friends on Twitter. It's like, hey, I was on this like British podcast instead of an American one.
And all we did was talk about America.
I joked on Twitter that like you obviously used to host the Twisted Travelers podcast with Chris.
I did, yes.
Shout out Chris. I haven't spoken to him in ages. But
I talked to him this morning. He called me an asshole because I got to ride Boulder Dash and he didn't. He definitely thought it.
Nice. I enjoyed that podcast. I listened to that for a while.
Yeah, it was always.
We had a lot of fun doing it. We reached a point where we were both at different places in life, so we just kind of moved on. I've been thinking about doing some podcast again in the future, but for now, I just enjoy crashing all of my friends.
Yeah,
so
I was saying, like I joked about him missing podcasting that much that he went to a bunch of Brits to go chat shit about parks on a podcast for 2 hours.
Yep. So Yeah, but if you, I guess I'll plug my stuff real quick, just in case you don't know who I am. I'm Jack from Thrilling Moments Photography. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Thrilling Moment for all the roller coaster goodness and hot takes galore. Damn, that felt good to do again. That's how I ended every episode, and I'm like,
there you go.
Good.
There it is.
You can also find some of my stuff with Coaster Force on YouTube. So go watch POVs and make me ad revenue. I'd appreciate it.
I'll do it now. Just tell me which ones.
Okay. The Matterhorn bobsled POV. That's my favorite.
Okay, I'll look at that. I'll watch that straight after this.
Oh, speaking of jank.
Speaking of jank, another coaster that's way too good. Another coaster that just has seatbelts.
Oh, let's not go with the restraint topic again. Let's get off this ride like your mate did, and
don't you idiots get any ideas? Right.
Don't do it.
We'll be back next week though.
I just want to plug. So guess what, guys? In the last month, like in the last 4 weeks, it's been 8 vlogs on the Parkspur YouTube channel. That's mad, isn't it? Considering I didn't post up for ages. Yeah. So, if you want to go check out any, we just uploaded our Halloween Horror Nights vlog.
I've literally got it queued up on my telly, ready to go. Can't wait.
Yeah. We're very bloody drunk in it. I was so I did not upload it, man.
I remember you saying about that, like how drunk you were. You didn't want to upload the vlog because you were.
Me and Joe are just like screaming at the camera. It's just mad. We end up in like the wrong queue for something, and it's a bit
brilliant.
Crazy.
Can't wait.
It's authentic Halloween Horror Nights. Get drunk. That's how you enjoy it.
Of course.
In a good way.
Did you do a vlog at Busch Gardens? I can't remember if you said you did or not.
That is coming up. It's just that because we're going to so many Halloween events, we're just mixing it up. So
sure,
doing
it's the season, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
and then hopefully I'll have some vlogs left. Yeah, but we've got loads of stuff coming anyway. But yeah, that's it. So who else wants to
quick one? Yeah. Scare Amazing. See you all at the weekend. If you're there, whoever's in the chat, if you're going to Scare Amazing, come and say hi. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to get behind the scenes with Attic and Mine Tours or attraction source. I'll be vlogging that. So yeah, it'd be good to see everyone. I've not seen everyone for a while actually, since summer. So it'd be good to see everyone.
Yeah, man.
Cool. All right. Yes. Well, we can talk about Scarefest next week then.
Yes, we can in detail. Very detailed.
Very
very detailed.
Detail very?
Very good. Yeah.
Detail.
See you, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next week. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.